Strip down Animal Crossing to its basic fundamentals and eliminate the freedom to do whatever you please, and you got yourself Happy Home Designer. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean the game is bad, but it's worth noting that this is not a traditional Animal Crossing title by any stretch of the imagination. And that's something you need to recognize and expect going into Happy Home Designer. It's intentionally restrictive because this is not an Animal Crossing game in the traditional sense. So, why am I telling you this? Well, I'm in the camp that believes that Happy Home Designer should be judged by its own merits, not by its predecessors. For that reason, I'm going to try my hardest to look at this spin-off without spending a lot of time comparing it to the previous installments, whether that be to fault or compliment the game. With all that animalese out of the way though, just how is Happy Home Designer? Is it worth your precious time and bells? Let's kick things off with the ever so interesting plot. Essentially, you take control of a customizable human villager and play the role of an interior decorator for Nook's homes, designing houses for the animal villagers however they want you to, kinda. And that's really it. There's no real overarching objective here, all you do is design houses for seemingly no purpose. Despite this, the animals you design these houses for are characterized pretty well. Their dialogue is superbly written and all their lines contain a nice mixture of humor and lightheartedness. Most animals like KK Slider and Tom Nook are surprisingly dynamic and developed. Sure, they aren't Shulk levels of character development, but I have to give credit where credit is due. While all your conversations are charming and interesting, I would have appreciated a bit more opportunity for interaction between animals and being able to do more in-depth things with them. As for the presentation, it's stellar. I've already complimented Animal Crossing's art style extensively, and Happy Home Designer is no exception. Everything is wonderfully textured and the environments are diverse and vibrantly colored. Using the New Leaf engine came off as somewhat lazy at first, but since there was nothing wrong with New Leaf's engine, there would be no point in creating a new one altogether. If anything, it's been slightly improved. Character models are also really well designed and the sheer variety of animals and furniture is brilliant. Not to mention, there are an abundance of customizable outfits for you to equip and purchase, which sort of immerse you in the world a bit more. In addition, the soundtrack is pretty good. A lot of these tunes contain catchy and upbeat melodies, all of which I'm really fond of. To be more specific, the main theme and other remixes like the Roost theme sound spectacular. The one and only thing I don't like about the music is the instrumentation. I know that Animal Crossing has always had distinct instrument choices, but they kind of hamper some otherwise fantastic tracks like the title and outdoor themes. But once again, overall the music's good. And of course, you can't top KK Slider's performances, which are easily the pinnacle of the soundtrack for me. The gameplay, however, is easily the worst part of the experience, regardless of whether Happy Home Designer is an Animal Crossing game or not. As you probably can already tell, Happy Home Designer is a game where you decorate other creatures' homes. And for being a game where you only decorate homes, moving furniture is streamlined and simple. Instead of dropping furniture on the ground, pushing it around, and rotating it manually like a New Leaf, you can place furniture with the stylus using the bottom screen or freely moving it in the air. This is an excellent design choice for this spin-off, as it would have been a pain to continuously move around furniture by hand. Nonetheless, I have no issues with the controls or basic mechanics. What I do have a problem with are the jobs you fulfill. See, the only thing you have to do to help an animal villager move into their house is unpack boxes. Seriously, no villager cares how you arrange their furniture. With the absence of any sort of ranking system for decorating, you don't have to put any effort into it. I'd unpack boxes, maybe put flowers outside, and then leave. There's no incentive at all to making a house look nice, and because there is no reward or challenge, I got bored after only 4 total hours. When you spend almost 10 minutes making a house look all fancy, you kind of expect a reward of some kind. And when you enter a house of a new resident, you kind of expect that villager to tell you to do something with their junk. The gameplay would have been a lot more fulfilling and worthwhile, with more detailed demands from the animal clients. For instance, an animal could ask for you to arrange their home in a certain way using certain furniture. Even if there was no tangible reward for doing this, if the animal either liked or disliked the way you set things things up, a tiny bit of text telling the player how the animal felt would be just enough for me. I think the developers expected the player to be creative and design houses because they just enjoyed doing so. The problem with that philosophy is that it isolates all the people who don't like to decorate houses for creative purposes only, including myself. Trust me, there's definitely an audience for this game, but unfortunately I can't say I'm a part of it. I came into Happy Home Designer with an open mind, and I wanted to enjoy it for what it was. But the concept of designing houses doesn't entice me. I can only assume that the people who made those lavish houses in New Leaf are what inspired the creation of Happy Home Designer, and those people were their target audience. Now, I can't speak for those people, but it seems to me that the developers did indeed hit their target audience by giving them tools for their enjoyment and success. Luckily, the developers did include one thing for people like me, the online system. Yeah, there's an online ranking and visiting mechanic involving other users' creations, which is pretty neat to explore from time to time. But there isn't any interaction or actual online multiplayer, which is a bummer, but once again, making that work in this particular title would probably be challenging. So, all in all, Happy Home Designer is a decent spin-off game. Fans of the Animal Crossing series will probably not unanimously adore it, but I think for those who enjoy interior designing along with some minor exterior things, you'll probably like this title. If what you see on screen doesn't intrigue you, then I would not recommend Happy Home Designer to you. While there is some minor replay value thanks to visiting other people's homes, the lack of any challenge or incentive causes the experience to not reach its full potential. On the same note, for $40, I don't think there's that much content to satisfy you for too terribly long. If you really have your heart set on getting this game, I would highly suggest you wait for a sale or price drop. But as always, if you disagree or agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching and take care. Have a wonderful day and goodbye.